Zombies, one of the most popular creations of the horror genre, and we see them in movies, TV shows, and of course, video games. But truthfully, to many, the zombie concept has become kind of oversaturated. I mean, let's just list off a couple forms of zombie media. The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead World Beyond, World War Z, Zombieland, Zombieland Double Tap, and in terms of gaming, Days Gone, Dead Island, H1Z1, Killing Floor, The Last of Us Part 2, and hell, you can even count Black Ops Zombies, and if you really want to get technical, Plants vs. Zombies and that whole series of games, I suppose, counts as well. Alright, you get it by now. What's my point? Well, to the typical gamer, you have all these zombie shows, movies, and games as a huge catalog to choose from. It's hard to decide just where to start or which is best. So, I want to make that choice nice and easy for you with this video here today. If you are new to zombie games and looking for the best place to start, or if you've played a handful of zombie games and you're just looking for your next survival mission, look no further than Dying Light. Dying Light easily stands out from the rest of these games as one of, if not the top zombie survival game there is on the market. And truthfully, it is kind of overlooked since Last of Us usually hogs all of the zombie spotlight. Now just around the corner is Dying Light 2, which releases on Friday, February 4th. However, before I sell you on that game, we have to discuss the first installment of Dying Light. And to tell you all about that game, I got a special guest for you. He's actually the guy who personally got me into Dying Light and played through the entire co-op campaign right alongside me. Fellow N10 member, take it away, Mr. Ninten Cisco.
Hey, Ninten Cisco here. Oh man, Dying Light is one of my favorite games ever. Thank you, RaDuhKewl, for having me on this episode. I'm actually really surprised that you made a Dying Light video before I did. So Dying Light is this 2015 survival horror zombie video game, and it follows this character named Kyle Crane. He's a secret agent and he's sent to the Middle Eastern city called Haran to investigate all the zombie stuff going on. You're undercover, but you start to develop relationships on Haran, and you know, that starts to interfere with your work as a secret agent. So the story gets very interesting as Kyle has to work with the different morals put in place. The gameplay relies a lot on parkour and combat. So parkour is like when you're running away from zombies, you can climb anything, you can jump real high, and with combat, there's all sorts of weapons you can use. There's guns, there's bow and arrows, there's wrenches and knives and blades and swords and all, you name it, it's on there. There's a really fun skill tree that the more you run, the more you level up your running. The more you do combat, the more you level up your combat. You can unlock more abilities such as drop kicking enemies or sliding, that sort of thing. You also unlock crafting. There's a big element in this game for crafting. You craft med kits and you can eventually craft weapons. If you find the blueprints for swords, you can make all the swords you want. But my favorite thing about Dying Light, hands down, is the multiplayer co-op. Oh man, let me tell you about this one. So I worked with RaDuhKewl to help him with his platinum and his playthrough of his game. Now, you can join up on anyone's lobby. If you guys are both on the same level, the story will progress on both accounts. You guys can give each other weapons. Essentially, if you are a new player and you join a friend who is a pro, he could drop all his items and you can start off with some good items. It's actually really fun because you can share, you survive together. And throughout the map, there are areas where you have to eliminate the zombies and set it up so it's a safe zone. And it's really fun setting those up. The trophies are like your standard open world survival game trophies. You get all the collectibles, some miscellaneous trophies where you do some combat, and of course side missions and explore the whole map. There's also a DLC that you get cars and buggies, and it's just so much fun to drive around and run over zombies. Probably one of my favorite multiplayers ever. And Dying Light 2, man, I can't not wait to do it all over again. So there's not too long. That's all I really have to say about the first game. Thank you so much, Matty, for having me on, and please take it away and talk about Dying Light 2.
So, now that Cisco got you caught up a bit on the first game, which if you haven't yet played, you really should, it's now time to talk about the upcoming Dying Light 2 Stay Human. So from what we already know, we have a new protagonist that goes by the name Aiden. No, not Aiden as in Linkachu, even though Linkachu does resemble Carl Grimes from The Walking Dead. The trailers so far have shown quite a bit of gameplay, which seems to have taken everything that was great from the original game and buffed it to make it even better in this sequel. I mean, now we have enhanced customization, and we can change different parts of our outfit rather than just equipping one full outfit set like in the first game. We can now dual wield weapons, which is a brand new feature, and it's really cool to think that we'll be able to have a shotgun on one hand and a machete in the other. Pretty badass if you ask me. Also, factions seem to be a big part of this new game, and we can assume graphical enhancements and other improvements across the board as this game comes to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, and even Nintendo Switch. So, I'll keep it short and sweet for this video in terms of talking about the new game, and considering we are so close to its release date, now is the perfect time to hop aboard the Dying Light hype train. Will you be buying the game on release day? Have you played the original Dying Light, and what were your thoughts on that game? Please let me know the answers to all my questions down in the comments, as well as giving me any feedback for this video overall. Until the next one, fam, stay RaDuhKewl and peace out.
I come from a town where most of the people are so close-minded. They go into school and they work in a job, but they don't even like it. I won't be put in a box, nobody telling me what I should rock.